Well. We got story you guys have all been waiting for. We're not really waiting for it, but y'all be interested in. Alright, so I got to tell two of these today. You'll be seeing them spaced out, maybe a day or two apart. Nonetheless, the first one I'm going to tell today is, let's go with my last high school game. The last game I played in high school. So now we got to go back. Okay, so this would be 2015, 2016. I believe 2016. Nonetheless, it was my junior year. Yeah, my last game was played junior year. Yes, I played football senior year, but we'll get into that later. Nonetheless, so junior year, it's JV, and I need to retell my story. I need to, do a revamped, a refurbished, a remastered version of the 96% my football story. But basically, nonetheless, I got the starting job for middle linebacker on the JV squad, or you know what I'm saying. So I'm on JV. We play throughout the season. I'll save that for the remastered version of the story. But then we get to the last game. I believe we played Wayne County. Now, not only was Wayne our last game, of the JV season, but they also had one of our old coaches. One of our coaches, Coach Chastain, he went over there for whatever reason. I don't really remember. That was years ago. So he went over there. So we're facing our old coach, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, I believe we were undefeated. I think we were undefeated. Either that or we lost one game. But they were undefeated for 2 years. 2 straight years they were undefeated. In last year in JV, my sophomore year, they beat us on their home field. So now this undefeated team, JV plays, how many games does JV play? We play like 8 to 10 games. I can't remember. No, high school plays 10 games, so we would play like 8. So these guys are essentially, what would that be, 15-0 over the last 10 after the last 2 years, right? So this 15-0 squad led by our ex-coach is coming to our home turf for our last game. So it's not only a revenge game from last year, but it's a little revenge game against our old coach. And nonetheless, I actually didn't start this game, but I was heavily in the rotation. But yeah, let's start walking through the day. So of course, day starts, normal day, you go to school, wake up early, go to weight training. It's game day, so we're not working out. So we're doing some light stuff. Or no, did we work out on game day at JV? I don't think we did. I can't remember. But JV, we played on Thursday. So it's a Thursday. If we did work out, it was a light workout, nothing crazy, auxiliary lifts, pretty much things of that nature. And the day was normal. I go to my 4 classes. 4 classes. It wasn't Wednesday, so we didn't have an auxiliary period. And nonetheless, this is when it starts getting interesting. So the whole day I'm thinking about the game, obviously, and it's starting to hit me, that this could potentially be my last time getting on the field and actually, this will be my last time suiting up in a jersey and having an impact on the game. This will potentially be the last time I play football essentially outside of practice. So nonetheless, it's going on normal. I didn't really care. But I remember school ends, I walk from the other side of campus because our high school is set up. We have a main building, which is like, with your 10th grade to 12th grade classes, and we have a freshman building. So our gym, in our locker room was in the freshman building. So, I walk over to the freshman building, and when I walk through the door to the locker room, it's like I went through a portal, because as soon as I stepped foot in the locker room, I just got hit. I just got hit. I could not, my heart was heavy. It was hard to breathe. I literally walked to my locker and I had to sit down, and I was breathing heavily. I couldn't breathe. Now somebody, I either had a mini anxiety attack, I probably had a mini panic attack, I had some kind of attack. I could not breathe. And it just the weight of the situation hit me. This could potentially be the last time I ever suit up and actually get to play. That is a crazy experience. I've been doing this for the last, since I moved there. So this was 2016. I moved here in 2008-ish, and I've been playing sports ever since I moved to Camden. So That's 8 years of my life gone. And also, I've been working really hard for this. That's more stuff I can tell in the remastered version, but I've never worked this hard in my life or something. It was like I was hard hat on going A. So yeah, I have that little panic attack. Some homies talk to me, this, that, and the third. Then nonetheless, it is game time. So you put on my accessories that day. Normally I had that year I didn't have sleeves, but I started it with sleeves and tights, but they got torn. So it's home. So we're rocking navy blue jerseys, white pants and whatnot. So navy blue jersey. I had the navy blue long sleeve on. You might be seeing some of the footage in the background. I had the navy blue long sleeve on. I had my navy blue tights underneath, and then I probably had some low socks on, and then I had my cleats. We had the Adidas Zeros, I believe that's what they are. They're the low top Adidas. They're in Madden. I think they're the Adidas Zero cleats. That's what we had. It was white and silver with navy blue bottoms. It was I was drip. I even had I had an old navy blue shirt that I had, and I didn't have a towel. I had a towel, but I couldn't wear it because it's camouflage. It wasn't going with the uniform. They would have said no. So I had the shirt, in the back. So I was swagged out for the game. You feel me? Swagged out for the game. A little something. And yeah, so the game starts, and I didn't start that game, which was bad foreshadowing. But nonetheless, I eventually get into the game, and I know my heart is, is thumping. I don't want to go out sad, because there's some games where I didn't get a lot of tackle, where I didn't get no tackles at all, where I didn't do anything. This is my last time on the field. I want to have a memorable moment. I have to leave it out on the field. I'm never going to be on here again to actually do something. So my heart's thumping, and I'm lined up at linebacker. I remember they snap the ball, and it just goes away. Just gone. When I'm lining up and everything, you can hear your heart. You can hear your freaking heart. And then as soon as everything's quiet. Everything's just silence. It's just nothing. And I just instincts from there on. They do a little handoff. I take a step forward because I'm like, all right, shoot the gap, because I saw them run blocking. But then I'm like, they're going, because I was on the left side, so I was left side linebacker, and they were running to my right. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to shoot the backside gap and hawk that guy down. I'm not that good of an athlete. So I take the one step forward, and then I go, I shoot over the top, get me a little assist. The game goes on, get me a couple of tackles, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't get tired that day, which is crazy. Every other game, after a play or two, that game, I was not tired at all. I don't know what it was. It just was not tired whatsoever. It's a great game for me. I got me some tackles and things, this, that, and the third. And then there was one play, it's on film, it's in the video that you should be seeing in the background. But there was a play where they put me on kickoff team, and I'm pretty slow. So, me, I'm not the first one down there. So, they kick the ball off, running down the field, yada, yada, yada. And then the ball carrier comes my way, and he's trying to hit the lane on the outside, trying to run the sideline. And I'm running, I got past the first wave, and then the little second wave that they have, I forgot what they call it, but basically it's illegal in the NFL now, but the wedge, you know what I'm saying? So the wedge is coming, and I remember this guy comes to block me, and I see the ball carrier coming, and I grab, because I used to be an offensive lineman, so I'm really good with my hands. I grabbed him by his shoulder pads, and I shoved him into the running back. I literally threw him into the running back, drove him into him, and the running back lost his balance and fell. He was and it hit the ground. I was so hyped. It doesn't really show up. You can't really see it, but I shoved him into the, my instincts, bro, I was going crazy that night, bro. I was in the zone the whole night, and just like that, you know what I'm saying? In a flash, just like the day went by, and then I just went through that portal, and I had that little anxiety attack. As quick as it all started, it was over, The clock rang 0, We beat them like 40. We dropped a 40 burger on them. I can't remember if it was 40-0 or if it was 40-7, nonetheless. But we dropped a 40 burger on our old coach. Heck yeah! So it was a nice way to go out. You know, we finished our season. I believe we were undefeated. I can't remember. I don't think we lost a game that year because yeah, I really don't think we lost a game that year in JV. Yeah, nah, I don't think, because we beat Reigns, we beat Waycross. I'm pretty sure we beat everybody. You know, somebody who was on the team with me would have to let me know if they ever see this video. But yeah, that was over, and I was right. That was the last game I ever played in, and I had like a actual impact on, because after that year, you know, I was working hard. I was putting in work. I earned back-to-back Scout Team Player of the Week. I even almost got it a third week in a row, but you know, they didn't want to give it to me for political reasons. My coach had to tell me, like, hey, they was thinking about giving you a third Scout Team Player of the Week, but you know, we got to give it to someone else, or otherwise it's going to seem like we're showing favoritism, this, that, and the third. And I was like, hey, at the time I was like, I get it, but in hindsight, it's like, how are you showing favoritism to a dude who's the fourth string fucking linebacker? You feel me? So anyways, so yeah, after that season, our head coach went to athletic director. So I would say he stepped down, but he actually went a position up. And then a lot of our other coaches either got fired or they went to a different school. Our strength and conditioning coach, who was also our defensive coordinator, he went to a different school, this, that, and the third. And I had just earned the respect to all these guys. Like, these guys just started noticing, hey, yo, Drake, he can play. He can do something, because, you know, you'll see why in a second. But yeah, all these coaches that I just spent the whole year grinding and earning the respect to where they started putting me in the rotation and things, they're all gone. And we get new coaches from different schools. We get a coach from, our new head coach was from North Gwinnett. We had another coach from another school, a bunch of new coaches coming in from some pretty good high schools. And it sucks for me, but you know, I get it, right? If you're coming to a school and we're 7A, or is it 6? No, we're either 7 or 8A in Georgia, which is the highest level of football in Georgia, right? We're playing teams with 2 to 3 to 4, maybe even 5, you know, college players on there. Like, these are some studs, right? You know, we faced DJ Dallas, the running back, who's on the running back / kick returner for the Seahawks. We played against him. Jarrett Davis, he's a linebacker. He was on the Lions. He's on a different team now. I can't remember. Played against him. We played against a lot of schools, you know, some good teams. But nonetheless, so they're coming in, and you know, you see a 5'7", 180-pound kid who runs a, you know, well, I ran a 4.9, but they had me at 5 flat. So you got a 5'7", 180-pound linebacker that runs a 5 flat. You're not choosing him. You're not even looking at that guy. Like, you don't care. You know, and he's a senior. There's no developing that guy. That's his max from their point of view, you know. So they're gonna go with the, you know, the 6 foot or 5'10" freshman who's running the 4.7, you know, the 4.6s, and they're gonna try to beef them up to make them, you know, because we had a bunch of athletes. We were a team of athletes, not football players. That's what our problem was. And yeah, it was unfortunate, you know. That was my last game. Now, I did get sprinkled into some games my senior year, you know, when we got blown out and things. Like, we got blown out by DJ Dallas, and you know, he played for Glenn. No, I didn't get in that game because he was Glenn. Lowndes. We got blown out by Lowndes, and we basically threw the JV team in. They had me on there. So yeah, hey, that was my last game in high school. It was yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good game. Something to, you know, not to hang my hat on, but feel good about. You know, in my last game, I played decently well. It was a fun experience, but it was just, hey, it sucks. Another thing crap, what was I about to end on? It was a last game. Oh yeah, I got, like, there was this guy, you know, and that's a little bonus story. There was this guy that was coming to my mother because she worked at a daycare, or she was the head of a daycare, and he kept saying, like, hey, we see your son, you know, come play for us in Florida, this, that, and the third. And basically wanted me to come to a school in Florida, and he was implying that I would have a chance to start, and I probably would be starting on his team and whatnot, this, that, and the third. And they were my mom was trying to convince me, like, hey, you want to do it, you love football. But here was my logic for not going to Florida to play football, this, that, and the third, right? The team, after my JV year, right, that last game that I was talking about, our varsity team was 2-7 that year. We had a game canceled due to weather, so we were 2-7 that team. And my thought process is, I want to go to the NFL, right? I want to go to the league. I want to play in college. If I can't start or even be in the rotation on a 2-7 football team, how the fuck am I going to play in college? That's just how it is. If I cannot start on this team, where am I going to start at? Like, me going to a 2A, 1A school in Florida, isn't going to do anything but boost my ego and prolong the inevitable, right? So, yeah, that's it. That was my last high school game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I got another story coming. I'm actually about to record it right after this. But yeah, leave your similar stories in the comments if you're not shy. Anyways, yeah, that's it. With that being said, if you know man, because we know we up next, sponsored by Atari.